Hi, friends. We're going to jump right in to the word of the day. Today is, actually, it's Friday the 10th, but when you watch this, it will be Monday, April 13th. Word of the day. 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 Today's word of the day is update. I'm going to read it in a sentence and start thinking about what update might mean. I will update you when I know more about when school might reopen. Second, lock it in your brain. What might update mean based on what you see here? All right. Well, I know that if they're going to update me when they know more, update might mean to inform someone. Oh, update means to fill you in with new information. So if you're saying, "What's the update on my sick dog?" then the doctor might need to tell you what's going on with your sick dog, right? It's to fill you in or to give you new information. All right. Today, our focus is on finding mistakes in sentences. This is a skill that I care a ton about because it is critically important to be able to find grammar mistakes in your work and in other people's work. Because if you're a good editor, you're going to be a good writer. Editing is when you read over your work and you check, or someone else's work, and you check it for mistakes and to make sure that it makes sense and it's really strong writing. So, careful readers are always on the lookout for things that look or sound wrong in writing. So, they can not only figure out what is wrong, but they can figure out how to fix it. And it can be really tricky to look at our own work. That's why, if you've worked with me a lot, you've probably heard me say, read that back to yourself out loud and see if it makes sense. Because often when we hear it, we go, and we can find the word that is the mistake. But today, we're not just finding the mistake, we're going to find out how to fix it. These are the two I errors or mistakes that we're focusing on today. One is that the verb is irregular in the past tense. Remember, we talked about this. Past tense means things that already happened. You can add on the word yesterday. Present tense means things that are happening right now or that always happen. And the future tense means things that will happen or are going to happen. Usually, when you make a word past tense, you just need to add an ed. For example, I dropped the pen and I dropped the pen. I brushed my hair and I brushed my hair. To make those past tense, all I had to do was add ed. But all of the verbs we've been focusing on in the second half of Words Study lessons are irregular, so you need to change them. The other problem we're going to focus on is putting the wrong tense of the verb in the sentence. Now, the tense of the verb, which means past, present, or future, needs to match the context of what's going on in the sentence. So if you're talking about something that happened yesterday, you can't have a future tense verb. If you're talking about something that's going on right now, you can't have a past tense verb. So you need to be paying attention to not only what is the verb, but what is the context of the sentence. Let me show you what I mean. I was mad at Jack, but I forgive him yesterday. The verb here is forgive, but I see in my sentence that there's the word yesterday. That means already happens. So that word should not be forgive. That word should be forgave. And it should be in the past tense. The problem is that it was in the wrong tense. Notice how I put the correct word, which is forgave, and I put what it needed to be in, which is the past tense. The second one says, I hitted my sister because I was mad at her. Well, I see that the verb here is hitted, but excuse me, I also remember that I don't add an ed to the word hit when I put it in the past tense. I just need the word hit. So I went ahead and I wrote hit. And the reason why it was wrong is because hit is an irregular verb. That means you don't just add ed to the end of the word to put it in the past tense. So there are two codes that you need. One is to write ir for irregular or to write the correct tense, present or future. Okay, let's try this one together. George goed to the grocery store. What's the problem in this sentence? What word sounds wrong? Oh, it went. Hang on a second. I'm going to turn off. I'm sorry, my friends. I just realized that you can see what's wrong with those underlines. Okay, let's try that again. George goed to the grocery store. Well, the verb here is goed, but I know that goed is not even a word, so that must be the mistake. I'm going to first write what it should be. Go to the grocery store. What is go in the past tense? Went. And the mistake is that it is irregular. When we talk about going in the past tense, we say went. So I can write went and then write irregular or just IR. Number 2, Sophie takes care of rabbit. Take a second to see what word you need to change in this sentence and figure out, is it wrong because it's irregular or is it wrong because it's in the wrong tense? Sophie takes care of a rabbit. Taked is the wrong word there because taked is not even a word at all. What is the correct word? Not Sophie taked, but Sophie took. And that's a problem because why? Is it in the wrong tense or is it irregular? It's irregular because took is the past tense of take, not taked. All right, next one up. I will bring all my friends gifts yesterday. What's the problem there? Find the verb. I will bring all my friends gifts yesterday. All right, the problem there is that we have will bring as our verb, and then I see the word yesterday. But when I see yesterday, it's got to be past tense. And will bring is in what tense? The future tense. So the word should actually be what? What would bring be in the past tense? It would be brought. And what is the mistake? Is it irregular or is it the wrong tense? Well, it is actually irregular, but that wasn't a mistake. I'm going to write brought in the past tense because it should be in the past tense. Number 4 says, I cutted my hair. What's the word that doesn't make sense right there? I cutted my hair. The word that doesn't make sense is cutted. And I know that because cutted is not even a word at all. What should the word be? What is cut in the past tense? Cut in the past tense is just cut. And so is the mistake that it is irregular or the wrong tense? Well, that was technically in the past tense. So I know it must be irregular. So I'm going to write IR. Number 5, I ran 26. I'm sorry, I'm going to add 26 because I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow. So by the time you watch this on Monday, I'm going to have very tired legs. I ran 26 miles tomorrow. Check that word is key. I ran 26 miles tomorrow. What do you think would be the best answer here? What is the word that is wrong? It's ran because we're talking about something that is going to happen tomorrow. And ran is in the past tense. What should the word be? Well, if it's in the future, ran, run, will run. That should be will run. And what tense would that be in? Future. Number 6, Cornell is the best class last year. The key word here is the ending, last year. How can I fix that? Cornell is the best class last year. Well, if we're talking about last year, it must be in the past tense. When I look at the verb here, which is, that's not in the past tense. What word should that be? Is, was. That should be was. And what was the problem? That it was irregular or the wrong tense? Wrong tense. That should be in the past. All right. Now we have some of our irregular past tense verbs. We've been working through a super long list of these. We're definitely going to have a bingo game of them at some point super soon. Okay. So usually, like I said before, verbs just end in ed in the past, but there is a whole list of verbs that you gotta just memorize because they're a little tricky, and they usually stick out because we've heard them and we've read them a lot. So if you find yourself getting something sounding kind of weird, you just gotta slow yourself down and say, "Does that make sense?" The past tense of forget is forgot. Like I forgot my money at home. That happens to me a lot when I'm on my runs. The past tense of forgive is forgave. She forgave her friend for putting salt in her coffee. It's a mean April Fool's joke. Past tense of freeze is froze. Frozone, froze, bad guys. Past tense of get is got. All I got for my birthday was Cheetos. Past tense of give is gave. Like I gave her a homemade bracelet. Past tense of go is went. Like she went to the corner store for a burrito. My roommate used to do that all the time. Past tense of grow is grew. He grew almost 7 feet tall. All right, now I have two words. Remember, am I just going to put the word into the past tense? No, I'm going to write a whole sentence. All right, grow is the first one I'm going to model. I see the past tense is grew. I'm going to write I grew. No, Mr. Scott grew up outside of. All right, the past tense of go. Let's check. Past tense of go. Oh, it's went. And I know that makes sense because I would never say I go to the store. What can I say? I have a good one. Mr. Gilbert went skydiving, and he really did. Mr. Gilbert went skydiving. So when you write your sentences today, make sure that they are all set up and super duper clear. Okay, here's a reminder for what your exit ticket should look like. This is the same as it's been for the past several weeks. Some of you are writing on the online exit ticket, and that's okay if you could do it neatly. I think it's easier if you take a photo, but it's up to you if you can write with the tool or if you want to type it, that's fine. I think it's easiest to take a photo. You should have your name and the date at the top, a section at the top for dictation, the middle section, and then the last section with numbers. All right, I'm going to give you a second to get your paper. Write your name at the top and the date, which should be 4/13. Name and date at the top, and then a line close to the top, and then a line further down. All right, get ready for dictation. I ate all the cookies I bought at the store. I ate all the cookies I bought at the store. I ate all the cookies I bought at the store. All right, guys, have a great week.